This upcoming Young and the Restless storyline sets the stage for one of the most explosive revelations yet, as Audra Charles finds herself torn between self-preservation and her conscience. The events surrounding Noah Newman's crash are starting to connect to a much older, darker chapter in Audra's past. One that involves Holden Novak, Sienna Bacall, and the mysterious man named Mitch. The story begins with Audra struggling under the weight of a secret she's been keeping for years. Long before she returned to Genoa City and stepped into the world of the Newmans and the Abbotts, Audra's time in Los Angeles was marked by ambition, manipulation, and dangerous associations. She had a close connection with Holden Novak back then, a friendship or possible romantic involvement that went terribly wrong. Something happened, something serious enough that it crossed legal lines. Holden has made comments hinting that it was illegal and that he took the fall or covered for Audra when things spiraled out of control. While Audra has tried to bury that memory, it's never really left her. She knows Holden blames her for what happened, and his bitterness runs deep. He's kept quiet about the details because he doesn't want Claire Newman, the woman he's now growing closer to see him as a criminal or a coward. But secrets in Y&R never stay buried forever, and with Noah's recent accident, the pieces of this tangled past are starting to surface. After Noah's crash, Nick Newman begins his own investigation because the circumstances don't add up. There's a sense that this wasn't just a random car accident but something planned, a deliberate act tied to a network of people with dangerous motives. Nick's instincts tell him there's more beneath the surface, and when he learns that Sienna Bacall and Mitch may somehow be connected to Noah's situation, he begins to follow the trail. This is where Audra re-enters the picture. Upon hearing that Noah's been hospitalized and left in critical condition, her reaction gives away just how much she still cares for him. Despite their painful breakup and her reputation as a calculating woman, Audra's heart has always held a soft spot for Noah. Their relationship might not have ended well, but it was one of the few times she truly loved someone without an agenda. That emotion will drive her to take risks she never would have considered before. Nick will eventually track Audra down, pressing her for information after realizing she once knew both Holden and some of the Los Angeles crowd connected to Sienna. Audra's initial instinct will be to deflect, to protect herself, but the guilt and the fear will start to overwhelm her. She knows that whatever happened years ago in LA could now be linked to Noah's near-fatal crash, and that staying silent could allow another innocent person to suffer. As the investigation unfolds, it will become clear that Mitch, Roger Howarth's newly arriving character, may have ties not just to Sienna but also to that old Los Angeles incident involving Audra and Holden. He might have been the shadowy figure who manipulated them both, pulling strings behind the scenes and making sure he was never caught. If Mitch's crimes go back that far, then Audra holds the missing piece Nick needs to finally understand who tried to kill his son. But Audra's dilemma is dangerous. To come forward, she'll have to admit to her role in that earlier crime, and that could easily lead to her arrest. Holden warned her for years to keep quiet because confessing would drag them both down. However, seeing Noah's broken body in a hospital bed might be enough to push Audra over the edge. She'll wrestle with her conscience, remembering the man who once made her feel safe, the man who looked at her as if she could be better than all her mistakes. In one tense scene, Audra may finally decide to meet Nick in private and tell him everything. She'll confess that years ago in Los Angeles, she got caught up in a financial scheme or blackmail situation involving Holden and Mitch. It might have started as a business deal gone wrong or a desperate attempt to cover up another person's wrongdoing, but it ended with real consequences, possibly even violence. Holden stepped in to protect her, but Mitch used their secret to control them. By revealing the truth, Audra would be exposing herself to arrest and public humiliation. Yet her guilt and loyalty to Noah will win out. She'll make it clear that she's not doing this for redemption or leverage but because she can't stand by and let the same man destroy another life. Her information will give Nick a new direction in his investigation, confirming that Noah's crash was part of something orchestrated, possibly a revenge move or a cover-up linked to that long-ago LA crime. Nick, though shocked by Audra's confession, will see the honesty in her